Hi there, Malcolm here with my 227th Booktube video, and today I'll be bringing you my overall review of the Children of Time trilogy by Adrian Tchaikovsky. Earlier this month I finished the last book, Children of Ruin, and I thought rather than do an individual review of this, I might as well cover the whole lot. I have done these two within the various months I finished them in back when, but let's do a Children in Time breakdown. As you may have gathered from the covers, Children of Time is a science fiction trilogy set way, way, way in the future. Effectively, mankind has reached a golden age, they've reached the stars, they've reached other planets, and they've got various terraforming incentives underway when some anti-technological movement strikes on Earth, sending out a virus that pretty much kicks the entire of human civilization into the Stone Age, leaving Earth to rebuild from scratch effectively, and the various terraforming projects interrupted at whatever stage they were at, leaving things to move along in a direction that weren't initially planned. And the three books focus on three particular planets where these terraforming projects and the development of life upon them has gone slightly awry, to put it mildly. And on the back of that, humanity has finally crawled itself out of the dirt, relearned a lot of the technologies that were lost, but by this point Earth is really not a nice place to live on, and so great arc ships are built by the far off distant descendants of the golden age of humanity, and they head off into the stars in the general directions of where they believe terraforming projects were underway, hoping to find various Gardens of Eden or utopias awaiting for them when they get there. And so the trilogy follows three significant planets of these craft arriving and not finding what they were hoping to find. So Children of Time follows the planet Kern's world, where a terraforming egomaniac by the name of Dr. Avrana Kern has genetically enhanced a bunch of monkeys to go down and basically monkey butler the place ready for humanity's arrival. The anti-technology virus hits and the monkeys never get there, but the biological virus designed to enhance intelligence does, meaning that the various critters that have already been put on the planet get a chance of creating their own civilization. And the book is split into two halves. One half where we follow an arc ship coming from Earth, arriving at Kern's world to find things aren't as they should be, but their own struggles of getting there in the first place, things breaking down, the interdepartmental politicking and fighting, and the various hard decisions they have to make along the way, and then what to do once they actually do arrive. And the developing civilization of jumping spiders on the planet, who are not exactly enthralled to have these strange visitors from the stars. That's book one in a nutshell. Absolutely fantastic. I think it's probably the strongest of the three. Definitely booktastic. A brilliant start to the trilogy. Children of Ruin focuses on another planet and another system, or rather two planets in this case. The one that's been terraformed, but with super intelligent octopi this time. Or octopuses, both are correct apparently. But the terraformers fall foul of an entity that they discover on Nod. That is native, nothing that they've put there, nothing that they've genetically enhanced. It's something else entirely. And the survivors of the encounter in Children of Time have banded together and they've come over to Nod to see how other terraforming projects have gone, to find a situation, again, very unexpected. They encounter a space fleet of octopus manned craft and a mysterious planet. What really makes the first two books particularly really interesting are the communication difficulties between the various species. Humans obviously use sound, the written word, and vision to communicate. Spiders are very much about vibrations, and octopi are all about colour patterns. And so getting these three species to communicate without blowing each other up makes for some very interesting reading. And of course then there's the thing on Nod as well, which adds an extra level of complexity to the whole shenanigans. Again, really, really good. I don't think the story flowed as well as it did with Children of Time, but still a brilliant follow-up. Still booktastic. Absolutely loved it. Bring on book 3, which was Children of Memory, where we do actually have two planets involved in this one. One is one that they stopped off on the way to the one we actually focus on, where they acquire yet another species of enhanced animal. But there's forever a question as to whether or not they are intelligent or sentient or self-aware. And there's a bit of an interesting existential question about this one. Speaking of existential crisis, The main story takes place on the terraformed planet Ymir, or rather a partially terraformed planet. Basically, the Ark ship gets there literally on its last legs. It's falling apart. If you've seen the opening of Pitch Black, the first of the Chronicles of Riddick films, where the colony ship literally turns up falling to pieces, very similar sort of vein to that. To find the terraforming project has only been half done, but they've got to make do with what they've got. And so they send a ship down, and there's a weird signal emanating from the planet. So they send the ship down near this signal to see if that can help at all. And then we follow a bunch of farmers, particularly a little girl called Liv, as she goes about her day-to-day business of trying to exist along with everybody else. However, the crops are failing, times are getting hard, and there's increased worry about the Seckers, a supposed second colony on the other side of the planet, who keep coming over and raiding them, but no one can actually prove that they exist. And for the majority of this book, I read it thinking, what the hell is going on? Now, we do jump about time-wise a bit, and we follow some characters who we know are from the first two books, because we recognise the names. However, we're not quite sure how they fit into the thing. We know that they're on the planet, pretending to be part of it all, but not hugely convincingly, which leads to certain repercussions. But then we continue as if everything's normal and they're all alive and well again. I'm thinking, well, what is going on here? I did have a couple of theories. One of them was not that far out. There's a certain episode of Stargate SG-1 with a very interesting type of chair that our team find themselves waking up in at one point, which was my best guess. I wasn't far off. If you know, you know. Otherwise, it's hopefully vague enough. So yeah, my big complaint about this one is I didn't know really what was going on for a huge chunk of it. But then when the answers do eventually come, they are very sort of poignant and hard-hitting. You think, oh, bloody hell. And then it's worse than that. In fact, the hammer blows keep coming. But really satisfying ending, and not really a conclusion to the trilogy. I would say there is certainly a scope for more, possibly even a short story collection of other terraforming attempts and things. So certainly this doesn't necessarily have to be the end of the tale. Not that there is really a coherent tale from beginning to end. It's more of like 3 accounts, really. Yeah, booktastic again. So if you want a really good sci-fi trilogy, you can't go wrong with the Children of Time books. They don't get too bogged down in the scientific technical jargon. And certainly Children of Time is a really good entry point. The second one I think is a little bit more involved, but you know, if you got through this one, then you should be able to get through that one. And the third one, like I say, stick with it. You don't know what's going on for half of it, but it pays off when you do. So yeah, highly recommend this trilogy. Booktastic throughout. So have you read the Children of Time trilogy? What did you think of them? What was your favourite one? What was your least favourite? You know, what order would you rank these in? Try to avoid spoilers more than I've given away. Otherwise, if you have nothing nice to say, then please keep it to yourself. Thank you. And until next time, see you later.